Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 128 of Why Did I Buy This? This series started as a way to help crafters find unique ways to use products in their collection. It's also a great series for new crafters who are wondering what they need to get started. My name is Lindsay. I am the team leader of Cloud9 Stampers, and I have been a demonstrator just shy of 20 years. I celebrate my 20th anniversary in March. So I love to craft and I love to share those crafts with you. This is a really fun series for me to be able to do that with. If you're new here, welcome. Say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And let me know if you're watching the replay. But also, there's a whole library in my video section of the Facebook page where you can see every single episode that I've ever published. So you can go back and watch all the episodes, and there's always new things to be learning. I have very few repeats on products, and when I do, I always show new techniques, so lots of fun to be had. Now, the best compliment you can give me is to share this video with your friends. So now's a really good time to go ahead and hit share. And another great way that you can show your appreciation is if you live in Canada, you can place an order with me. Orders that are $60 or greater before the shipping and tax are going to receive celebration rewards until the end of February. So what that means is you get exclusive rewards in the form of stamp sets and designer series paper, and there are lovely items for you to choose from. So now's a good time, especially if you've got a wish list, to be able to place that order and get paid for placing your order. I also provide a free class to anybody who places a $60 order. And if your order reaches $100 before shipping and tax, I send you a little gift in the mail. So an extra little treat for you. Hello, friends. Hello. I see you tuning in. Thanks for saying hi. I appreciate it. It's always nice to see you. It is a little bit of a fun snowy day here. You know when it's the big fat snowflakes? We've had really beautiful weather. It's been feeling like spring here, but right now it's the fat Christmassy snowflakes, and they just barely dangle to the ground. I love that kind of snow. So it's the best kind of snow, in my opinion, for crafting. So this is a good thing to do today. What I'm watching this week in my studio, I've been catching up on my RuPaul's Drag Race, both season 15 and Canada versus the World. Any RuPaul fans out there? Love me some RuPaul. And what else have I been watching? My husband and I have been watching The White Lotus. Have you guys been watching that? If you're in Canada, it's on Crave because it's an HBO show. It's very entertaining in the sense that it's kind of a dark comedy. So if you're not into that kind of thing, fair enough. But for my friends who've got a little bit of a dark side to you, you'll love it. So go ahead and say hi. I'm trying to see the comments because sometimes they've got this new stars thing. I don't know how to turn it off. It annoys the crap out of me. But anyway, it kind of hides things. When you don't make the rules, sometimes you have to learn how to work around them. So I am using today one of my most favorite bundles that has been released in the mini catalog. This is such a good all-around bundle, but it's great for this time of year because if you're somebody who likes to do Valentine's treats or you have a lot of love-themed cards in your world, this is a great bundle for that. So it's not just Valentine's. There's lots of things you can do with it, birthday as well. But I really, really like this bundle. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do the awkward transition so you can see my hands. And I'll share with you what we're going to be playing with today. So I'm just going to go ahead and line you up and then zoom in. So the bundle we're using today is called Share a Milkshake. So this is what it looks like down here. It comes with this really cute stamp set. So like I said, it does have a Valentine focus, but you can add some other themes to it just by changing up the greetings. Really, really cute dies that go with it. And I love that it's kind of like a 3D sort of look to it. So you'll see what I mean here in a second, but with the waffle cones, there's a really cool way to approach that. Okay, so let's get started. The first project we're going to do, of course, is using this bundle. So let's show you what it looks like. So here's the stamp set. So there's lots of really cool layering pieces. So two-step stamping, as well as these little accoutrements that fill in the the milkshake part of it, so straws and spoons. And here you can see is the die set. So there's a really neat texture in the background. Here's that waffle cone that I was talking about. Hi, Safia. Let's go ahead and get started with the first one. So I have already done some pre-die cutting just to speed things along. So here are some pieces. We're going to go ahead and make ourselves a little ice cream cone. So the ice cream cone is going to be made with this paper. So this paper is from the new mini catalog. It's called Fine Shimmer, and it is so stunning. So you can see there's 3 colors: gold, soft succulent, and fresh freesia. And the glitter is like really, really fine. So you can't feel, it's like not a rough texture, which I like because it just makes it super shiny and pretty, but it doesn't have that feeling of like being rough. And the reason why I like that is then adhesive sticks to it really well. So this already has the score lines built into it because that is done with the die. And I'm going to use tear and tape because this is kind of a heavier embellishment to stick it together. So tear and tape is our stickiest of the tape that we sell, the adhesive. So we're just going to go ahead and make this little waffle cone just like that. Oh, look at it. My tear and tape went a little too high. Usually I put it on the other side. That's what I did wrong. Like I put it on this side and then just shut the door. Just, beginner's mistake. But what you can do, I don't know if you have this in your collection, but this is an adhesive eraser. They're really affordable. I don't think we sell them with Stampin' Up! Anymore, but mine did come from Stampin' Up! You can just erase adhesive that is in a place where it's not meant to be. And this works with multi-purpose glue too. So if you accidentally get glue that gushes out of the side of something, then you can just use that eraser to fix it. Okay, so now we've got this lovely little ice cream part of it. And I'm going to use the stamp that coordinates with it. So normally when I'm crafting, I often stamp and then die cut, but for a video, this is just a lot faster. And because it's photopolymer, we can see through the stamp, which makes it easy to be able to do that. So next, we're going to use a dimensional to add that to our little ice cream cone. And I'm just going to layer it on like that. So there we go. Now I'm going to use tear and tape again because like I said, when you've got heavier embellishments, it's nice to be able to ensure they're not going to fall off of your project. And this one isn't going to lay flat. What? I know. I'll show you in a second. So I want to really make sure it's not going to fall off. So I'm going to take off the backings and I'm going to stick it onto my circle, which was die cut from the this one, Stylish Shapes dies. Okay, so now we've got this cute little cherry that we're going to add to it as well. And what I'm going to do is take my basic black and I'm just going to use the pen end and I'm going to cheat and just make it so that the cherry stem sticks out like that. So it's a way that you can die cut it in one color but have 2 colors from it. Now I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right there. And then I'm just going to use my pokey tool here and just kind of like squeeze this up so that we can slide our little cherry in. So that's going to go right there. Is that not darling? Oh my gosh. So I already have the label, which was die cut from that same shapes one, the Stylish Shapes. We're going to add the greeting. So I'm using soft suede and we're going to say, "Be my Valentine," like that. And then I'm going to add some of the hearts, which is from the same stamp set. So we can just throw that on the side like that. Okay, so this is gonna layer on top. Again, I'm gonna use my tear and tape because tear and tape is really gonna make sure that things stay in place the way I want them to. So peel off that backing and then layer that. Oh, it's just so cute. And like the gold just makes it feel very rich. So let's skip ahead and I'll show you what I mean when I say it's not going to be laying flat. So this is what I've done. I've made a little treat box. This is with our clear tiny treat boxes. We don't sell these anymore. They were on the clearance rack for a while. So you might have these in your collection, but any little treat box would work. And what I wanted to show you is like these adorable little coordinating candies that I got. So let me show you where I got those. Are you ready? You're never going to believe it. These are from IKEA. Yeah, I saw them when I was at the checkout a little bit ago, and I was like, oh, I knew that the sweet was coming out, and I was like, this is so cute. So there's vanilla and strawberry, and they're just so cute with the swirls and the, yeah, right? So that now you've got this coordinating little gift box, just sweet for like a little friend, or maybe you've got little kids in your world that you want to give a little Valentine to. So just a nice, sweet little project. Okay, we're going to move on to our next project. So this one was done under the influence of a friend of mine named Cindy Bauman. So Cindy always comes up with really fun paper piecing or like punch art kinds of things. And I'm really a fan of the things she does because I wouldn't necessarily think of those myself. So I'll show you what I mean here as we build this card. So first of all, we're going to bring in a strip from the Celebration Paper Dandy Designs. So if you're thinking to yourself, why do I need to spend $120 for Designer Series paper to get that for free? This is a level 2 reward. There are 40 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. So it's like a big stack of paper. So we're going to go ahead and just add a 1-inch strip to our card front. And I see that I didn't cut this perfectly. So if you ever run into that, just use your snips and cut off the excess. Not every time you cut, it's going to be perfect. That's okay. So next we've got these little die cuts that we've gone ahead and I've pre-done for you. And this is using some of the retired glimmer paper. So again, use what you have in your collection. I've got here Real Red, the light Night of Navy, and the dark So Saffron. So we're gonna do some coloring with our blends, and blends will color this really beautifully. So we're gonna go just over top of our glimmer paper, and it's gonna dye the paper. So what we're making here is shave ice. Have you been to Hawaii? Do you know about that wonderful delicacy? Shave ice is delicious. It's literally like this really finely shaved ice, and then they put syrup on it. My preference is when they use like natural flavoring. So they'll make syrup from, bringing the like strawberries down in a boil and adding sugar kind of thing. So we're gonna just add our shave ice. Oh, I see I missed some on the red here. Let's just finish that up. It's so shiny in the light that I can't see what I missed. Okay, there we go. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in that really cool detail that I was showing you on the stamp. So this detail is meant to coordinate with the die, and we're going to use Smoky Slate and just line it up. So you get kind of that like Picasso sort of look. It's like asymmetrical and fun. Now I'm going to bring in Balmy Blue. Now Balmy Blue is a very popular color in Joan's never had shave ice. Oh my gosh, Joan. We're gonna need to fix that for you. It is so delicious. I love it. I'm trying to think what my favorite flavors are. I really like the coffee ones because they'll like put sweetened condensed milk in it in Hawaii. And just like cold brew coffee. Oh, it's so yummy. And then I like some of the fruit flavors. Yeah, so sorry, Balmy Blue is really popular in the mini. So I've been pulling that one out a lot recently. And then I'm also going to use my light Night of Navy to just give, a little bit of splatter like that. And then we're going to build our card base. So this is going to go onto the card here, like this. I think I like the splatter more like that. Okay. And then we're going to use a dimensional for our cup. And bring in our shave ice. So in Australia, in Hawaii, they call it shave ice, not shaved ice. I've learned in my times going there, which is interesting. So then I brought in that beautiful gold shimmer paper and I made a spoon and I used the foam adhesive so that it's just all ready to pop up. So we're gonna stick that on like that. And then we will add a little greeting and some embellishments. So let me show you the finished project. So here we go. Like, isn't that cute? So I like this because it's sort of a gender neutral card. You could give it to anybody young or old, and it just has that fun feel with the shave ice. So thank you, Cindy, for inspiring me to make some shave ice with the little milkshake dies. Okay, we're going to move on to the final project. So this is the PYP card. So if you are new here, PYP stands for Pee Your Pants, because it's so fun that when you see how it's made, you want to pee your pants. So we're going to start off by using our embossing buddy. This embossing buddy is like a little bean bag filled with, what is it filled with? It's kind of like filled with cornstarch or something. It feels like cornstarch, something starchy. And it just takes away some of the, oh, here. I was like, what did I do with all my stamps? It takes away some of the static so that you don't have to worry about the embossing powder sticking in places you don't want it to be. So we're going to stamp Life is Sweeter with You in our Versamark. And we're going to bring in that embossing powder. I'm going to use black, which is such a crisp, lovely looking embossing powder. And see how it just doesn't stick anywhere that you don't want it to, which is so helpful. We're going to emboss it now. And we're going to get that nice, shiny look to it. So you'll see it's dull right now, but as it starts to emboss, it turns shiny because it's melting. And once it's all shiny, then you know that you're finished. The key is not to over or under emboss. If you over emboss, it'll start to look dull again. And if you under emboss, it'll fall off because it won't stick. So there, I just like how it's got that raised look and it's nice and shiny. I'm gonna bring in the, I think it's called Lovely Label. It's from the annual catalog. And we're going to slide that into our vellum. And this greeting is nice because it just fits. Just like that. So we've got that little label now. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my things that I've already pre-die cut. So I've got the little milkshake base, a spoon, and our milkshake. So for our milkshake base, we're going to take the solid one. We're going to stamp off so that it's a little bit lighter, and I'm using Pool Party this time because, you know, I can't make a card and not bring in the pool party at some point. Then we're going to bring in, again, our little Picasso stamp that's kind of wonky but looks so cool when you stamp it. And it gives it kind of that vintage milkshake glass look, right? So neat. Now we're going to bring in our little milkshake, and I wanted it to look like whipped cream. So I'm going to use my mini glue dots to attach it. So this will just make it clean and fast. Just like that. Yeah, Louise, you're my girl. Everybody needs Pool Party. It's like the best. Okay, so now, again, we've got this little slit that's already included with the die. Like, as soon as you die cut it, it's going to come out. So what I'm going to do is I use my pokey tool to just kind of open it up a bit. I'm going to add a smidge of multi-purpose glue. And then I'm going to bring in, I've pre-die cut some of these little tiny hearts from Designer Series paper. This one is doubled up. There we go. So now I'm going to just slide that bad boy in. And it's nice because you've put the glue in, it kind of like pushes the glue into the little slot. So there we've got the little heart on top of our milkshake. So next, we're gonna create a background that's kind of fun. So we're gonna set aside our little elements. This background is going to use all of these little hearts. So I noticed that this is a trend in paper crafting right now. So I think it's kind of fun to play with those trends because it just is something new and neat to try. So when I die cut multiples, I die cut 2 pieces of paper at a time. So that's why I'm just double checking that I only have 1 piece. And I think I actually cut with extra thick white paper, so it feels different than normal, but that's okay. So we're just gonna lay these out where we want them to go. So we're kind of being like a little bit haphazard about it all. Bring in some of these little guys. Okay, and little hearts. Okay, some in here, like that, and over here. Okay, so we've got some extras. That's totally cool. So now we can use our take your pick tool. This is so helpful. So we can pick it up and we can put some glue on it and then we can place it down. So you're just gonna pick it up, put the glue on it and put it down. It's kind of therapeutic. Well, I just like that my fingers don't get gluey when I do it this way. How many of you have a take your pick tool? I had a class on the weekend and my friend was telling me I have one, but I had no idea what to do with it. And I said, watch, be prepared. Your mind is about to be blown, Raylyn, because this is a tool that I feel like is one of those must-haves. Like, you know, you need a paper cutter, you need scissors, you need tape, you need a take your pick. Those are like your building block tools. Once you start getting fancy, you need that die cutting machine. So speaking of die cutting machines, if you are somebody who's like, girl, love this stuff, I can't get enough of it. During the months of January and February, we have a promotion on our demonstrator starter kit. So what happens is during celebration, you get like extra. So it's always a good deal, but like this time it's way good. So what the deal is you get $225 worth of supplies, any supplies that you want, and you only pay $135. If you have the desire to get a die cutting machine, they're including the mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. You can choose a white one or a balmy blue one, which is exclusive to this time. And you would pay $175 and you still get the $225 worth of product. So it is a huge deal to join Stampin' Up! At this time of year. Lots of people join for lots of different reasons. On my team, we have lots of people who just love the craft, love the community, love the idea of teaching classes. I'm just checking now which ones I've picked up and which ones I haven't. I think I've got them all. So if you're somebody who's like wanting to dabble with teaching classes, oh, there's a loose one. Or if you're just like, oh, I want to just get a discount on my things, lots and lots of reasons for joining Stampin' Up! And whatever reason you join is the right one. So that's nice to know. Okay, we've got the base. Oh, look at, girl. Okay, one more. Oh, I'm playing with fire here, touching it. Okay, so I usually like to, there we go. Give it a little press, flip it, and now we're just going to use our snips and cut off the excess. Isn't this a fun background? So you could do this with any shapes, like anything that you've got shapes for that will coordinate with your project. That's all good. So now we're going to bring in our little milkshake and we're going to add dimensionals and throw it onto your project. So cute. And then we're gonna add this Life is Sweeter. Now, we're playing with vellum here. So this is one of those times where you have to be mindful of how you attach it because you'll see the glue if you don't. So I'm going to bring in my little hearts that I've die cut from before, and I'm going to add a couple in the corners, and that's going to help us hide our glue. So I'm just going to do a couple little spots and then use my take your pick, right? So now you can see why this is such a must-have. And we're going to throw one over here. Then you can use those spots to be able to add the glue onto the background. Okay, let me show you the finished card. Are you ready to PYP? So there you have our lovely little tone-on-tone background. And there you can see where I've hidden the background pieces. This is from that glimmer paper. Yeah, I know, you guys are all gonna want it now. Now, I wanted to show you this. So I wanted just like a little bit of extra texture in the background. So if you take your blend and you just very gently touch the background, you get those little tiny dots. So then you can control where the splatter goes. You're not going to ruin the tip of your marker, and you just get a little bit of texture, which I think is kind of fun because it kind of reminds me of bubbles, you know? So as a reminder, here are your finished projects. So we've got our PYP card, we have our Shave Ice card, and we have this adorable little ice cream Valentine. So if you're thinking to yourself, Lindsay, why don't I have these products? Just go to my online store. You can shop away. Remember, orders over $60 are going to get extra perks in January and February with celebration rewards. These are huge, you guys. You don't want to miss out on this. And I do have to mention that the rewards sell out. So you'll want to place your orders sooner than later. And of course, you get extra perks from me for ordering. So if your order reaches 60, you're going to receive a class in the mail in February, and because my January is already sold out, and you are going to receive a little extra perk in your packet of embellishments if your order reaches $100. So have fun crafting, my friends. Thanks for sharing this video. Go ahead and like my page. I really appreciate your support, and have an amazing weekend. Bye for now.